Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about I Love Lucy. More specifically about the episode Vitameatavegemin. Now that was not the actual name of the episode. It was Lucy Does a TV Commercial. And I'm going to get into a little bit of behind the scenes information in regards to where that scene was actually filmed, because sometimes it could be confusing to think, well, did they have another studio which they did it in? Did they tear down the whole set just to build that? How did they do it? How did they pull it off? I'm going to break down all the walls figuratively and literally and show you how it was done. Now, if you're not aware, I do have a Rick9G cartoon channel. If you have not subscribed, if you have not checked it out, links are in the description. I would appreciate your support. Now, the episode Lucy Does a TV Commercial is from Season 1, it's episode 30. It's regarded as one of the most popular, one of the greatest, and one of the best well-made episodes of the series. Now, there's many different reasons for this, which I won't go into here, but I will highlight a few things. And that is that the main scene that is looked at with a lot of recognition, a lot of praise, is the one, of course, with this bidolotto. I mean, this little bottle. You know from that episode, a great moment. And Lucy progressively gets a little tipsy throughout the course of the scene with that Vitameatavegemin concoction. Now, what's really great about it is that she's alone. There's no Fred. There's no Ethel. There's no Ricky. In fact, she's playing along with another actor, Ross Elliott, and she plays off of him. He plays off of her. It's a great scene. We even see Jerry Hausner come in, and he played the agent, one of Ricky's agents. But I do want to highlight this scene because of the position of where this is at. Now, what's great is because we're looking at Lucy in the show filming a TV commercial, we're actually watching I Love Lucy being filmed and then Lucy pretending to film a television commercial. And so you do get to see things like cameras. You do get to see, for example, Jerry kind of running the show, kind of managing everything. You do get to see the director, even though they are actors playing those parts. But the thing that I always wanted to know is, where were they? Were Lucy and Ross Elliott and Jerry Hausner, when they were filming this scene, how far away were they from the apartment? Were they really far away? Were they in another city? Were they right next door? Were they on the same stage? And that's what I'm going to answer today. And there are many different clues that we can use to actually do this. Now, if you're not aware, I did go to Jamestown, New York, and that is the hometown of Lucille Ball. And there was a Lucy Desi museum there, and you can see all these cool artifacts, and amongst them is this one. This is kind of a scale model of what it actually looked like to film the show I Love Lucy. Now, I've shown this before, I've shown this image before, so it's nothing new if you've been here for a long time, but this sheds light into what's happening. You can see from left to right what's going on. You see the nursery, the bedroom, then you see their main living room area, the kitchen, and then the club. The only difference is, of course, that this episode was from season 1. The mock-up that we're looking at is from the next apartment, but there's really not much difference. The original apartment set was right in the center, and then we had the kitchen to the right, the club even to the right of that, and then we did have their bedroom. There was no nursery in the first apartment. But where was this made? Well, I'm going to show you this, which actually includes a blooper. When Ricky, played by Desi Arnaz, is actually filming his own television show, you can see that he is in front of a curtain and he's right next to where Lucy was filming that television commercial. Now, I'm going to highlight it for you. It's kind of hard to see, but Lucy is right in the darkness. She's actually waiting for her cue, looking at Desi. So she's ready to come out, stumbling out, kind of messing up a scene, if you remember that. She is right there. I'll highlight it for you. You can see her in her dress, her outfit, and she's just kind of there waiting until it is time for her to come out. If you continue to look in the background, you can see the mantle and the apartment set. So actually, they sectioned off part of the soundstage so that you couldn't see that the apartment was right there. So right next to the apartment, the living room apartment of the Ricardos, you will see the set. That is the one for the commercial. Now, this was placed in front of the kitchen set. Now, what's actually interesting, if we go back to the beginning of the episode where there's no mention of the television commercial yet, and it's just the opening scenes, you can see that the curtains are drawn, or the shades are drawn, dare I say, of the kitchen on the right-hand side. Whenever you see that, that means that they aren't going to use the kitchen at least for a little bit. At least, and most likely throughout the course of that particular episode. Why? Because they have another set in front of it, and they've changed kind of the mock-up and how everything is so that the camera doesn't see it. They just shut the shades. So whenever you watch an episode of I Love Lucy, notice that. Notice whether those shades are open and closed, and then you will see if they will use the kitchen later on. It's pretty cool, and that is where it is. So where Lucy's filming this commercial, it's right in front of the kitchen, the Ricardo's kitchen, which to me is very mind-blowing, and many people are surprised. The only people who would really know that are the people who are there on that day. Everyone in the audience, of course the director, the creator, Jess Oppenheimer, and so forth, and of course the actors. But I think it's a really cool thing that I want to bring. I hope that you really enjoyed this video. I have close to 300 videos covering I Love Lucy, deep diving into the many scenes, facts, bloopers that I think you will absolutely enjoy. And I have about another 1,100 on many other different television shows, so make sure to check those out. I think you'll absolutely love them. And most importantly, no matter what, be hopeful. Thank you so much to all my supporters, especially my Diamond tier patrons. David D, Ricky, Citizen Kane 359, Yasmin G, Lori K, and Sally N. If you want to participate and get more exclusives that are only found on Patreon, links are in the description. Thank you very much.